Oh, hey, scientist, how you doing? I was just talking to my friend Avocado here, and we're getting ready to take a trip. Maybe not the kind of trip that you think we might be going on. At least it's going to be really good for me, but maybe not so good for Avocado. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so enough of the silliness. I am here today to talk to the trip that happens that food takes when we eat it, okay? Our digestive system is a pretty amazing system, but it's a lot longer than people think. A lot of times people just think that you eat it, goes straight to the stomach, okay, and then you don't see it again till, well, you know. But there's a lot of stuff that happens on that road trip. So let's talk about what I'm wondering about today, which I am wondering what happens to the food after we eat it, okay? So if I were to eat my friend avocado, obviously I can't like just stick it on my forehead and have it absorbed into my body. I have to cut open the avocado and actually eat it, okay? So I eat it by putting it in my mouth. Once it's in the mouth, does something happen? Yeah. Your saliva helps break that food down. Your saliva breaks it down, your teeth tear it apart. And so it is made small enough and soft enough for you to be able to swallow it. Okay. Once you chew it up and it's ready to swallow, it goes down through the esophagus. Okay, the esophagus routes it to the stomach, and then the stomach muscles, those smooth muscles that we talked about, churns the food around in those digestive juices. Okay, and then the food gets broken down even more. A lot of people, myself included, sometimes think that the stomach is where most of the digestion happens, but it's really not. It usually happens in the small intestine, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so mouth, esophagus, stomach. Okay, then there's two organs that are near the stomach that do different jobs to help break down those foods. Okay, so your liver will break down the fats. Okay, and there are good fats. My buddy Avocado has some great fat that's good for your brain. But your liver will break down your fats. Your pancreas also attached. That gives insulin to the body. It helps manage your sugar levels. Like people with diabetes, their pancreas doesn't always work exactly like it should, so they usually take insulin to keep everything balanced. But that's what our pancreas does for us. So all those things happen. They break everything down, and then it's pushed into the small intestine. That's where the digestive magic happens. The small intestine is what breaks down the food even more and takes the minerals and nutrients out of the food. Okay, so what happens in that small intestine is it's taking them out, and then the bloodstream is hooked onto the walls of the small intestine, and it's taking those nutrients to where they need to go. Okay, so after the small intestine, which is actually pretty long, and we'll get to that, but the small intestine then pushes everything into the large intestine. And the large intestine's biggest responsibility is taking all the water out of the food waste. Okay, because it's already, nutrients are already gone, so it's just waste, but it still has some water in it. So the large intestine will take that out and then pass it on its way, and that's when we have to go to the bathroom. Okay, so that's when we have to go number 2, as you might say. All right, so from start to finish, from the mouth to the esophagus to the stomach, liver, pancreas, everybody's working together. Small intestine, large intestine, and out the door. Okay, that's how your digestive system works. The digestive system is actually a really long road trip for food. It is, if you measure it, it's 9 meters long, which is like almost 27 feet. It's metric, so the conversion's a little weird, but 27 feet long. That's about as long as a classroom. So it really goes a long way. Your intestines are, like if you stretch them out, they would be fairly long. It also takes a good deal of time, okay? It takes 30 to 40 hours for us to digest the food that we eat. So our body is hard at work for quite some time. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about, we started with the digestive system, but the next trip we want to talk about is the excretory system. Okay, so the excretory system is when, you know, all the cells get nutrients and stuff like that. Well, they have waste too. Where is that cell waste gonna go? Cell waste goes through the excretory system. So the cells in the body will put their waste in the bloodstream, and that will take it through the kidneys. The kidneys are kind of like a filter for our body. And they filter any last nutrients out, and they put all the waste products, and then it goes out of our body. But I think there's another part that I'm missing. So blood travels through the blood. So it goes through, from after the kidneys, it goes through the ureters. There are these little tubes that go through your kidney, because your kidneys are like right in the small part of your back. So the ureters are those little tubes that go all the way down to the bladder. And then after the bladder, number one, okay? So that is how cells get rid of waste, and that's through the excretory system, which involves the kidneys, the ureters, and the bladder, okay? So let's kind of talk about the two parts of both of those systems. So your digestive system is esophagus, mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine. Excretory system, that is waste from the cells goes to the kidneys, ureters, bladder. Okay, those are two different systems, but obviously they do similar things. They get waste out of our body. Now, we always talk about what to do to keep those healthy. And basically, to keep them healthy, again, as I've said almost every time, is a very good, healthy diet. Make sure you're eating, you know, a balanced meal and not a lot of junk food, because that can cause problems. All right? So take care of yourself. Eat friends like my friend, eat food like my friend Avocado here, and then you'll be all right. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our adventure and our wonder through the digestive and excretory systems today. Ms. Wilkerson signing off. Love you guys. Bye.